So that's an overview of the whole of them. So this is diffusion now proper. So diffusion is the movement of particles of any substance from a high concentration to low concentration until the particles are evenly distributed. Looking at this, the liquid part here on that A, I just wrote A now, you will see that substances, that green substance, when it was introduced, now it's just introduced now, is spreading around slowly like that, slowly till it becomes even. Then the same thing happens here, but of course this is gas. This B, this is a gas molecule. It is spreading around like that, spreading around until everything goes out and everything is evenly distributed. So the point is, in both cases, substances are moving from where it is small. This inside this bottle was where it was small, spreading around the entire room or the entire place. Here too, on top there was where it was small. Down here is low concentration. Down here is low concentration until it just keep moving and moving and moving. So diffusion applies to solid, liquid, and gas. It is fastest in gases, followed by liquid, and least in solid. Now, so solid in this instance, talking about dissolvable solid. I mean something that could actually dissolve anyways. That's what we're referring to here. Not just like you can't tell me that this guy is diffusion, because in fact it's not even solid in the first place. So, but the point is, it is fastest in gases. You can even see on the screen from that bottle how the gas molecules are escaping very fast and all of that. Of course, we'll look at the different factors that affect this as we move on. So diffusion is an entirely passive process, which means energy is not needed. You just flow from where it was small to where it is little, in which movement of molecules are dependent on how much kinetic energy is available. The higher the temperature, the more the kinetic energy. If you remember from your kinetic theory of matter, which says that the more energy is in the system, the more molecules move very, very fast. So in this instance, let me call this 1, 2, and 3. You see that in 1, the temperature is just about, is that maybe 5 degrees Celsius. In 2, it is 20, that's about 20 degrees Celsius. In 3, it is about 40 degrees Celsius. Now, looking at the molecules in which these substances are found, you will see that there is more movement, there's lesser movement here in 5. The movement has increased in 20 degrees Celsius. Now it is massive in the 40 degrees Celsius. So the more the molecules, the more the temperature, the more the molecules will start vibrating and moving here and there, depending on whether it is solid, liquid, or gas also. Then you see them moving very, very fast. Then as they're moving very fast, that means the molecules are now giving more opportunity or more energy to move around. So the faster they move, the faster they can diffuse. So diffusion in this instance is aided by temperature. So the more the temperature, the more the kinetic energy. The more the kinetic energy the molecules have, be it solid, liquid, or gas, the faster it diffuses around that system. Hope that is taken. Now, so diffusion in living organism. Now you see, this is a GIF that's going to play here and there. I took this from, the credit goes to this very, very anatomy and physiology visible body. Now, basically here, it's going to play again now. You see, this is the lungs. The A is the lungs, the B is the blood vessel. So it's going to play again. Sorry, I just need that first part really to show this. Now the point is, oxygen is moving from the alveolus into the blood. Carbon dioxide is moving from the blood into the alveolus. Why is this happening? This is a very, very common question you can be asked in your GCSE. The reason is because there is more oxygen here than it is in the blood, so it has to move from where it is more to where it is lower. All right, so I'm going to explain the one of carbon dioxide once the GIF plays again. Now, why is carbon dioxide? So we see how oxygen is moving. Now, why is carbon dioxide moving from blood into the alveolus? Because we have more CO2 in the blood than it is in the alveoli. This is very, very important. Don't forget that there's more oxygen in the alveolus than it is in the blood. So it moves from where it is more into where it is little. There's more carbon dioxide in the blood than it is in the alveolus. So it moves from where it is little to where it is more to where it is little. Just know that the reason why oxygen is moving downwards is because it is more in the alveolus. The reason why carbon dioxide is moving from the blood into the alveolus is because it is more in the blood. All right, that is noted. Now, all cells are surrounded by a cell membrane which separate the inside of the cell from the outside of the cell or the outside environment. So Substances like oxygen and nutrients need to diffuse into the cell, while waste product must what? Diffuse outside. Now, take note of something. This cell membrane is partially or semi-permeable, which means that it allows some things to pass and some things not to pass through it. For example, oxygen and carbon dioxide and nutrients can diffuse across cell membrane easily during gas exchange in the alveoli or in other cells. That's why I just explained to you that you saw there. This is the alveolus. Let me draw that for emphasis sake. This is the blood vessel I'm drawing around it. That's the blood capillary surrounding it. So oxygen will move this way because there's more oxygen here. Then carbon dioxide will move this way because there's more carbon dioxide in the blood. This is very, very important for you to remember. So it is more here, so it moves downward to where it is not much. It is more here, it moves upward to where it is not much. Hope this is noted. So basically, diffusion helps in exchange of nutrients and waste product. In this instance, carbon dioxide is a waste product. In this instance, oxygen is a good product. Also, let's say I draw a cell also. Now, this single cell is surrounded with, of course, let's say this blood capillary around it. The blood capillary will bring in oxygen to it, bring in glucose to it. Then this same blood capillary will pick up carbon dioxide as a waste product, will pick up urea and some other waste product also. So basically, substances are moving in and out. All right. So this is, excuse me, this is showing you what we're saying. You can see high concentration. The substances are moving gradually. So it has not started moving here. So this is high concentration. This is like low concentration. You can see that here. It starts moving. Just 3 as move. Then as the time will come whereby it is evenly distributed. If you count this, I think I counted. You can pause the video. I think it's about 14 molecules here. I think about 40 molecules here. So at this point, the movement will probably stop, because if it goes here, it's going to bounce. They will keep bouncing back because they are molecules evenly distributed. But here, it will be moving freely because there's nothing here in the first place. It will keep moving until there are molecules on both sides. Now, so he said diffusion can be found in the following instances. The first instance is when substances are entering the cell. Examples: oxygen diffusing into a cell for the purpose of aerobic respiration, like we know. Then carbon dioxide diffusing into the leaf through the stomata for the purpose of photosynthesis. This is very, very, very important. The substances that are diffusing into the cell here, one example for animal, even for plant also, because even at night, oxygen will also diffuse into the body of the plant for aerobic respiration. So don't think it's only animals that carry that out. So these two might apply to plant and animal. I mean, this particular one applies to plant and animal. But for the carbon dioxide that diffuses into the leaf, of course, that is for plants alone. Now, it says the second instance is when substances are leaving a cell by diffusion. Urea, for example, is a waste product which we got from amino acid metabolism. It has to diffuse out of the cell, because if not, it's going to harm the cell. Then also carbon dioxide diffusing out as a waste product of respiration. Yes, respiration gives off carbon dioxide, whether in plant or animal, as the case may be. Now, it's essential to know that substances will always move from what area of higher concentration to lower concentration, which is referred to as a concentration gradient. So basically, it's going to move this direction from high to low. Please let that be in you. Of course, as far as diffusion is concerned, this law holds. So you can see what is happening here. So during the day, carbon dioxide is diffusing in, oxygen is diffusing out. So during the day, oxygen is a waste product of photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide is a good product of photosynthesis. But during the night, the story changes. Oxygen is now going in so that this organism, this plant, can respire. So it can make energy to keep growing. Then the carbon dioxide is diffusing out as a waste product. What a balanced nature, as it were. So this same thing is just a further illustration of what you're saying, or what we've been saying. This is higher concentration, lower concentration. By the time you come to B, everything is evenly distributed. All right. Hope this is making sense. All right. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.